Miss Kay, what do
Yes.
muffins and sisterhood have in common?
Well, it's really funny. Somewhere, several years ago, I had friends at church and all, but we decided we needed a small group and to really talk about our struggles and our victories and everything else and help each other. So we started out, there was a friend, and she had a little small, like a dress store, and just clothes for women, but it was a little bitty town, and it was a long narrow building. I remember it like yesterday. And we went in the back room, which was empty, and we all sat on the carpeted floor. That's how we started out. We had our Bibles, we sat in a circle. It was wonderful. It was so you just felt good. Yes, it was intimate, like Lisa said. That's why it was so good. And the thing is, I guess I'm pretty honest because I let it out, just our story and the things that went on. And I told the girls, I said, now, what you want to share, you can. We're going to all pray for each other. But, I know not everybody is like me or even like Phil. I mean, we just open up and tell it all. I don't know what gave us, and God gave us that gift, I guess. But I told somebody at a speaking thing one time, I said, if you know something about us that we might have forgotten, tell us. Because on the next speaking or book, we'll share it with the audience. Because that's the way we are. And everybody would say, why are you so honest? And I said, because God wants me to be. And if our story can help any person, and I have actually had women who told me they were on the point of suicide and read some of our books and things like that and said, after that, I did not want to kill myself anymore. And it gave them hope. And so God gave us a gift to try to help so many women. And listen, we're not against talking to the men either. But, that's a little bit harder for women to do. But it's just been a wonderful journey. And all four of my daughter-in-laws, we might disagree sometime, but we have never, ever had a fallout. A big something happened between us. We've loved each other, and I know they were, and they'll tell me things about my boys, and I'll say, I love those boys, but you're right. They need to work on this. They need to work on that. I mean, I'm not against it all telling faults. My faults, their faults, Phil's faults, everything. Because when you're truly honest, people know it. And the thing about it is, if you will just have patience, and I know that's the main thing with Phil, he was not real patient. But he tells me now, how did you keep loving me when I was so bad? And I said, because I made a vow to God that I'd love you to death. And my grandmother told it to me over and over and over. And I just knew, that's it, we're together. And that 10 years he was out running around like a jerk, I just never forgot her words from the Bible. I never forgot how she said, you're going to have to fight for your marriage. And she said, Kay, the devil wants you to give up immediately, but don't do it. Don't do it. Now, I don't advise any woman to stay in a physical, harmful relationship. But in our case, Phil was more or less killing me with the ugly words and things he said, but he didn't know Christ. So I had to account for that because he didn't have Jesus living in him. But when he did finally come to Christ, after he kicked us out of the house, me and 3 kids, you know what he found out? Living the devil's way wasn't that great at all.
What do you think is the key to keeping open with one another?
I think probably the most important thing is just what Kay said. Remember that we all have faults. We all mess up. We all sin. And, for us to, just have patience with one another and remember that Christ died for all of us. And, even though we're in a valley sometimes, there's always that hilltop that we're striving to get to, because that's whenever the work of the Lord is the brightest, is whenever we go through that valley and then we come up on that hilltop. That's whenever you can shout and have your roar and, tell people, what the Lord has done for you.